seems to be working. All right. Here's the other phone. Everything's working. There we go. Perfecto. I don't see the live chat. No, whatever. I'll keep it as that. All right. So let's start this. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up the top of this crate. And after that, we'll explore what's inside of this. What is that? Oh, those are the Krieg Rough Riders, or not too sure, but the Krieg with the horses. All right, just this one. That's supposed to be Carnifex, I believe. Not Carnifex, but what's his name again? It's the Imperial Knight. Let's check it out. Imperial Knight. Knight Warden. Preceptor. Yeah, it's the Preceptor. I don't have the glove. Could it be? Yeah, that's supposed to be the Canis Rex from the Imperial Knight. Basically, I got the Las Impulsor, but I don't have the Freedom Hand. So I only have like half of it. No, well, half the weapon, but I still got the miniature. So I can do the model itself. So, yeah, I'll put it in as Canis Rex. Pretty sure I got a Power Fist somewhere. Or a Lightning Gauntlet. Yeah. All right. So I'll put it in as such for now. So we got one Canis Rex for the Imperial Knight. IP. Perfecto, if you want to see. The Las Impulsor. So basically I'm missing the gauntlet, but I got everything to make the character and the Las Impulsor. So yeah, getting nothing for now. So what do we have here? Oh, that's the Chaos. What are they? The War Dogs. So the War Dogs is the name of them. Let's go check it out. So Chaos Knight, where are you? So, okay, War Dog Brigand, War Dog Carnivore, or the Stalker. So, Avenger Cannon, Slaughter Claw, the Reaper Chain Talon. Yeah, that's pretty much what they are. And Demon Breath. So, what do I have? So, that's the main body. Yeah, I got it all. Yeah, I'll just enter it as War Dog for the Chaos. Chaos Knight, CI. I'll just write down War Dog. Plus the base. So, yeah. So that's pretty much the War Dog. The War Dog sprues for the Chaos Knight. This one actually got the chainsword on top there. And that, I believe, it's supposed to be like the demon breath. What is it? There's a name for that thing. Yeah, demon breath spear. Cool. Apologize for that. Been sick like a dog for a few days. Let's see. What's the next one? Next one, I believe that's 2 more war dogs, actually. Yeah, there's just 2 more war dogs with the base. So I'll just put them to the side and I'll add 2 more to the list. That's the same. Yep, same thing. So time 3. Perfect. That's a game. What do we have here? A dice box. Well, a dice tray. Just those little leather dice trays with a few dice. Got a few dice from Conquest. Random donation that I got from somebody at some time. Not sure when, but that's pretty cool. How did I get back there? By who? Oh, that's cool. Pretty much a disc for Dungeon and Dragon. Don't know if you can see. You can get the cone of ice. You got the triangle. You got the cubes, 10 feet, 20 feet. Yeah. Could be useful in some older version of Warhammer 2 for scattered dice and stuff like that. So I'll just put it to the side right there. Which one is the next one? Let's see what we got here. It's another box by who? It's random stuff that I got from Amazon. Oh, that's cool. So basically, those are for any buff or debuff when you play D&D, like Hunter's Mark. You got Frighten, Grapple, Poison, etc. And basically, what it is, they are small disc. I don't know if you can actually read it. This one's on Hunter's Mark. Not sure if the camera reverses it, but anyways. So yeah, so basically you just put it over the miniature or the base over it. So at least you keep track of what's happening. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If I remember, that was a good price for this. What do I got? Ha! That is a Space Hulk box for the 2nd edition, if I recall. I'll show you. I remember it's complete, but it's the old box. I remember I participated to a painting competition, and that was one of the prize you could win. And yeah, but the box is in bad shape. Still got my old Terminators inside of it. Old plastic 2nd edition. And in those years, those 2nd edition could actually turn on themselves. Yeah, a little something to know about. And the arms could be moved because they were just pinned in place. So yeah. And we have the good old Gene Stealers that came in the box. So they're not painted. That was how they came in the box when you got it years ago. So yeah. So which year was it? Was it 92? Does it say? 1996. So yeah, that's something to add to the inventory. I'm just gonna put it on the side. I'm gonna write it down just so I know everything that's within the crate and over the top of the crate, what is together. So lower right crate, board game, and I'll write Space Hulk, 2nd edition. It's complete. I know it's complete. I'll still add the D&D status element plus the how do we call that again? A template, a blast template. Just say the radius. I'll call it a blast template. All right, so what we got next? That's the old Dungeons & Dragon Adventure Begins. So it came with 4 models and a few cards. It was a really basic introduction. Like, you don't really have a dungeon master for it. The board, as you see, the maps are basically just those, I don't know why we can call that, plates that you connect together, and there's like 4 different boss. But the game is not really balanced for 1 player. You really need to play with the 4 of them. So if you don't have 4 people to play it, it wasn't such a great game, but it was a little something. So I'll just add another D&D adventure. Begins. Perfect. And I believe I'll be good to remove this. And we'll see what's actually inside the crate. Oh boy. Okay. I may switch the camera to a better angle. So let's see what we can do. We will raise this and we will lower this like that. All right. That's a huge inventory. God. All right. So at least I still tag my stuff as I work on it. As you can see, every time I add something, I just put it a post-it with the information. So basically, I just have to write it down. So, all right, let's start this. So that's a Redemptor Dreadnought. So Space Marine, Redemptor Dreadnought. Oh, perfect. I'll put that behind me for now. This one is a servo turret, Space Marine again. Do I have the base for? Okay, yeah. Plus base. I have to write down if I have the base or not because I keep losing the bases. So Space Marine, servo turret, plus base. There we go. Another Space Marine done. What is this? That look like I believe that's a chaplain. Yeah, so this one's a chaplain. Yeah, there you go. So that's one of the chaplain. I don't recall where I got that one. I believe that was the first release of the chaplain for the Space Marine Primaris. So yeah, and it's the large base. So nothing special about it. It's just a chaplain Primaris. At least now I know I got one. Wasn't sure if I just had the old metal one. You have one up here. I don't have any chaplain up here. Huh. Special. So anyway. So that's a chaplain. Space Marine. Chaplain Primaris. Plus base. I'll just put a B. There it is. Maybe raise this just a bit. Alright, what's the next one? A bunch of eliminators. Those, I believe, came from the combat patrols. The first Primaris combat patrols, but I don't... Ultramarine, maybe? It's 3 eliminators. Okay. Eliminators plus base times 3. Perfect. Next, 5 intercessors. Yeah, those are the push fits. I don't recall where I got those. They're the blue push fits. I'm not sure where they came from. Are they Primaris or the... yeah, they're Primaris. No, they're not. Oh yeah, they are. Sorry about that. So 5 intercessors. Space Marine. Intercessors. We got 5 of them. With base. There we go. This is a Psyker, but I think it's a Navigator. Yeah, that's the Navigator that came from Blackstone Fortress. So I got a box of Blackstone Fortress, but this is the Navigator that comes from the box. And if I recall, somebody gave me just the extra because he didn't want it. So yeah, now I know we can use it for the Inquisition or the Imperial Agent, I believe, for the faction. So at least I can still use that one and keep the other one for my Blackstone Fortress. So I'll just put IA for Imperial Agent. I'll write Navigator. And his name is Espern Locarno. There we go. Plus the base. Perfect. Which one's the next one? Oh god. What is that? What is this? So it's the one with the banner, but it's the banner with the skeleton on it. I'll need to use my phone. Don't know if you can actually see that properly. There we go. So if I recall, in the Space Marines, let's go Astartes. No. Where's my Astartes? Oh, Space Marine. Data sheet. There we go. It's not an ancient. It's a Blade Guard ancient. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's check it out. So I'm not sure where I got it. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not too sure. So that's pretty much the banner for the Blade Guard Ancient. So I know I got 3 Blade Guards somewhere. I'm not sure if it's in that box, but yeah, okay. So we got a Blade Guard Ancient. Just gonna enter it as Space Marine. SM Blade Guard Ancient. Plus base. There we go. So here we got an Enginseer, Adeptus Mechanicus. So AM, Enginseer, plus the base. Good. You see I got a paper here for the Chaplain. Just gonna tag it again. I'm not sure where it went. Right there. So which one is this one? Tech Priest and Inquisitor Draxus. Okay, let's check that out. Yeah, that's the Tech Priest. That's the other part of the Tech Priest. We got a base. And here is the Inquisitor Draxus. Yep. So Draxus is pretty unique because he's kind of suited up like an Eldar with that small dragon that follows him. So it's a pretty cool one. We'll keep it in that box. Well, in that envelope for now. I'll just do an Imperial Agent, Inquisitor, Draxus, and Adeptus Mechanicus, and that's the Tech Priest. What's his name again? Dominus? Is it Dominus? Let's see, Adeptus Mechanicus. Let's go to the Tech Priest. Dominus, yep, Tech Priest Dominus. That's the one with the curved back. There he is. The other one is pretty much just the weapon. You can see the big axe and the guns. So yeah, this one with the base, we'll just put in there. I'll put the paper inside of it. And that's what it's gonna be. So Tech Priest, Dominus plus base, perfect. Next one. Let's go on this side. What do we have here? Chronomancer. Yeah, cool. So, for the Necrons, there was the Chronomancer. It's actually a really beautiful model. And he's the one that holds the staff with that orb. So it's pretty cool. It's a really neat model. Honestly, the Necrons got beautiful models. So, yeah. So the Chronomancer Necrons. I'm just gonna put Chronomancer. So that's a character. Do I have the base? Yeah, I do. There it is. Just gonna add that. Chronomancer. All right, what do we have here? Clan Rats. Well, it's the good old Skaven. If I recall, it's what? 20 Skaven? I believe there's 10 on one and 10 on the other one. Really, really cheap. I really like those because they're easy to find, they're always cheap, and they're fun to kit bash. So, yeah, I always keep a few Clan Rats available, and that I believe are the sprues. Not the sprues, the base for them. I'll put that in the back. So Age of Sigmar, let's do this. All right, Skaven, Clan Rats, time 20 plus base. Perfect. What do we have in this corner? Those are the Cadian transfer sheets. It's not bad. It's always useful to have a spare one to the side. Don't think I'll put it back in the box. I'll write it to the side, but just a transfer sheet. Cadian. You never know if I can need it later. There it is. All right. What do we have here? Yep. So we got a batch of guardsmen. And those seems to have a year on this. Games Workshop 2022. So I believe those are the old. Yeah. Those are the old guardsmen. Before the remade them like 2 years ago. So, and they're packed, yeah, they're a pack of 10. Okay. I'll just write Militarum. All right, Guardsmen. Time 10. Okay, what's the next one? That's the Primaris Captain that was coming from the Indomitus box, the box set. It's a pretty decent model, honestly. It was really cheap because so many people bought the Indomitus Crusade box that you could easily get them for like $10. Super easy. Let's see. So Space Marine. I don't have the base for this one though. That's maybe the only. Well, you got a base, but not really. Okay. Primaris Captain. I'll write down Indomitus just to know that this is the captain from the Indomitus. It's inside of this box. Blade Guard Veteran. So those are 2 Blade Guard Veterans that were coming from the Indomitus box set, if I recall properly. I don't get it. I got 3 shields. I got 1 guy, 2 guy. Huh. That is special. I'm actually missing a piece to have 3 Blade Guards. So if you look carefully, I got enough to build 3 guys, but I'm missing the cape for this one. But I got everything else to build in. So I'll just write down that I have 2 Blade Guard Veterans and 0.5 of them of 1. Maybe I got the part somewhere inside of here, so I'll need to keep an eye open, but at least I know. So Primaris, Blade Guard, Veteran, I'll say ×2, half of 1. There we go. What do we have? Let's go on top. That's a Skittery Marshall for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Adeptus Mechanicus, Skittery Marshall. Plus the base. Okay, let's come in this corner. So what do we have here? Those are base. Tiger Shark for the Imperialists. Okay. That's another kit of base. Yeah, so I got 1 Assault Valkyrie. The Assault Valkyrie for Imperialis. It's already built in. I believe it's somebody that gave it to me because it wasn't playing with them. So, yeah, I'll just make sure there's no other one. What do we have here? That's the other one. Okay, so 2 Valkyrie Assault Carrier for Imperialists. Oh boy. So I'll keep that like that because I'm missing the Tiger Shark. So I'll just write down Imperialists. Imperialists is basically the epic, just the epic size for the Warhammer. So I'll show you. So that's pretty much the smaller version if you play the tabletop for Imperialists, so you can actually have planes and stuff like that. But those came from Area Nautica. So it's not a game that I play, but I can always proxy with them. So 2 Valkyrie Carrier ×2 plus base. Great. The 2 base are there. I've got another instruction for the Valkyrie. And the Tiger Shark is here. So I got 2 more Valkyries, so we're going to put it at 4. And we'll take the base that are here. And that's the Tiger Shark right there. To make this little guy. So, yeah, I won't be able to proxy with this one, but it's pretty cool to have this model. It's a good size for the epic scale. The only thing I wonder is that I got 2 base. Am I supposed to have another, like Tiger Shark or something? That's kind of weird. But anyways, so another Imperialis. Tiger Shark. So I'll put 2 base, 1 ship. Perfect. What do we have here? Oh, the Battle Sister Rhino. Okay. That's actually a pretty cool one. So basically, if you get a Rhino, just a basic Space Marine Rhino like this, with the tracks and everything, the only thing that makes the Battle Sister Rhino is just the doors and the effigies and the fact that you can actually put a Battle Sister on top of it. So if you get this sprue, you can upgrade any Rhino. into a Battle Sister Rhino. So yeah, sometimes it's just finding an old Rhino, somebody that doesn't want it, and until you find somebody just getting rid of a sprue for a specific faction. So that's one way you can actually save a bit of money. So I'll write it down as Battle Sisters. Battle Sisters. I'll write down Rhino. All right, what do we have here? Oh, Lemon Rust. So yeah, it's basically just the Lemon Rust with all the different weapons. Costs so much for just 2 sprues. But yeah, Lemon Rusts are just really, really fun to have if you have guardsmen. The more you got, the better it is. So yeah. Let's add it up to the guardsmen. Militarum. And Lemon Rust. There we go. All right. Where do I go now? Guess I'll do this one. So, yeah, that's the old Crisis Battle Suits, the XV8s. That's for the, was it 10 edition? I don't recall when they did like the Sunforge and all of that for the Tau, if it was early 10 or later in 10 edition. But I'm pretty sure those are from the 9th edition. So just a bunch of Crisis. So Tau, Crisis Suit, Time Treat, plus base. Yeah, that's the Lemon Rust. Let's go over there. What do we have here? That's a Canoness for the Battle Sisters. Canoness plus base. Just put her here. I'll start digging inside of this one. Well, maybe I should just remove that one. Boy, it's kind of a mess in that corner. I'll do this one first. Okay, a Lieutenant, Primaris, and a Commissar. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's just the basic Lieutenant for the Primaris Marine. I think that was the one that came from the Indomitus Crusade. It's really just Space Marine with the Power Sword. That's it. Nothing special about it. Well, this one, yeah, that's the Commissar. If you had the start collecting box from 9th edition, those were really common at the time. So we got the Space Marine, Lieutenant, Primaris, plus the base, and then we got the Commissar from Militarum. Commissar plus base, and I'll write down old. It's the old version. Well, I didn't know I had one. It's the apothecary for the Primaris Marines. I got the biologist in the box of, where's the, from Leviathan. So right now I got the normal apothecary and the apothecary biologist. So that's good to know. Apothecary. There we go. Those are the Horus Heresy Praetor, Horus Heresy Dreadnought. I'll just put them to the side for now. So I'll just put down HH, Horus Heresy, Praetor plus base time 2, and HH Dreadnought. I don't recall if we can use the Horus Heresy Dreadnought for the Space Marine in 40k, but whatever. We got this done, so what is this? So that's proof of 2 Outriders for the Space Marines. So 2 Outriders. Time 2. I got another page. And third one is 0. Perfect. Time 3. Wolf. I'll write Primaris, but the Outriders were pretty much just there for the Primaris. So it's not like the old scout bikes and all of that. So it doesn't really matter. Here, what do we have here? That's Games Workshop 2008. Those are, what are they? Huh. I am not sure. Got 5 body here. So I got a few bodies here. I am not sure what those are. They kind of look like Cadians, but something is off. The guns doesn't match for the Cadian. Okay, I'll need to do a small research for this one. I am not sure what this is. So it's Militarum for sure. Astra Militarum, Codex, data sheet. What are they? They're not Kasserkin. I'm pretty sure they're not. The helmet doesn't match. I think they're Tempestus, Militarum Tempestus. That would make sense. Or the Tempestus Scions. Does the helmet match for the Scions? No, they're not scions. What is that for? Where are the Tempestus scions? Need to check again. Let's see. Command squad, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna write them down as Tempestus scions. It's pretty much the only thing I can figure. I am not sure at all. Either that or I got two mixed together. Wait. Do I have a year on this one? No. A year on this one. This one is 2022. So that could be, okay. So what I think it is, we got two sprues for the Tempestus Scions, and here I actually got two sprues for the remodel Cadians. So that's what's happening. So I'm mixing them together, but they're actually two different teams. So I'm gonna have 10 Cadians and 5 Tempestus Scions. Militarum, Tempestus Scions, and Cadian. That must be the shock troops, if I remember, for the Cadians. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is. Cadian shock troops. Perfecto. Put that in the back. Keep hitting the microphone. It's really bothersome. All right, but I don't have the base for them, so that's a problem. Let's do this one. What do we have here? I think those are Outriders. Just need to confirm. Oh yeah. Okay. So we got 3 more Outriders. So if I remember, I got already 2 Outriders right here. All right. We'll put it at 6. So we got 6 Outriders, which is actually not bad at all. Blade Guard Ancient. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. That looks like Sisters of Silence, maybe? I think they're Sisters of Silence, either that or yeah, they're Sisters of Silence. It's basically 3 sprues of Sisters of Silence. So I wasn't sure if they were Battle Sisters, but it's actually Custodes. So I'll need to put that. I don't have the base for them though. Custodes, Sisters of Silence. How many do I have per sprue? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 here. Got another 4. That's another 4. which doesn't really make sense. Do I have more? Yeah, here they are. 4, 5. Okay. So, okay, the missing are there. So I got 15 of them total. Which is actually not bad, because I believe I could make, if I'm not crazy, the sisters come in 3 different. So you got the prosecutors, you got your vigilators, and witch seeker. Perfect. So I can have actually 5 of each. Perfect. So I'll put that over there. So 15 of them. And there it is. I got the base. Perfect. I was gonna say I don't have the base for them, but I actually got them. Let's keep going. What do we have here? Those are, trying to figure. So they're either custodian guards or the wardens. Not sure. Yeah, I believe those are the guards. Yeah, custodian guards. There you go, custodies. So that's pretty cool. So 5 of them. So we'll put it with the Sisters of Silence. And so custodies again. Custodies. So 10 guards. Perfect. Time 5 plus base. There we go. Yeah, and you see those are the custodian, the wardens. The big difference with the wardens, because they have the shields instead of just the pole arms. Like so. So, okay. So I got 5 there. Gonna put it the other ones. So custodies, custodian, warden. I'll put time 5. And I got 5 base right there. Perfecto. Here. Oh God, what are those names? Is it Desolator? Those Space Marine with the guns that got like the rocket launcher and a flamer at the same time and whatnot. They're really, really weird looking. I didn't really like them, but they were like Desolation Squad. Yeah. So 5 of them. Space Marine, Desolation Squad. Problem is I don't have the base for them. At one point you get so many of them that it becomes hard to track what you have and what you don't have. So I'll remove this one. So basically that's just a razor sharp for the towels. So yeah, I already have one, but build, I don't know why I keep it. I should sell that one. Towel, razor, shark. I believe the other one is Sun Bomber. Sun Bomber. So yeah, plus base. So that could be, yeah, maybe that's what's happening. I don't need it as such because 10th edition isn't really the best one for planes, but we don't know with 11th edition, maybe they could actually become useful. I'll do this one. It's kind of wrapped together. As the Cataphrons. So I got one. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 3 Cataphrons for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Let's move that to the side. It's kind of tiresome. All right. Adeptus Mechanicus AM. Cataphron. Time tree. What do we have here? Is it a big stack? What is it? What are those? Okay, yeah. So those are the leftovers. So it's a bunch of Scuderi for the Adeptus Mechanicus, but I use them. If you look in my shorts, I got some Skaven that got mixed with some Adeptus Mechanicus. I called them the Adeptus Radicus. So basically what I did, I salvaged a bit of part from this. So it's not a full 10 men. Maybe I could. 1, 2. They don't have the backpacks. Yeah, that's their problem. So Scuderi for the Adeptus Mechanicus without backpack. Not sure what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I'll do just another kit bash with whatever is left over. So Adeptus Mechanicus, Scuderi, times 10 incomplete. We'll try to dig from the back. Try to grab a few things. Oh boy. Okay, so maybe what I'll do, I'll grab these, put them here. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Those are just the basic Poxwalker from Combat Patrol, I believe, for the Death Guard. If I recall, that's where they're from. But I have... What is this one? That's weird. It looks like Typhus. The Typhus come from the same sprue. Huh. I don't believe so. I'll have to check. It's kind of weird because I got a Space Marine with the Poxwalkers. Don't know if you can actually see it. But I don't recall if the Poxwalker actually come with a Space Marine. Well, a Death Guard. I'll need to check that out. Death Guard, Codex, data sheet, Poxwalker. Yeah. Poxwalker. Yeah, I think that's the older version. Do I still have the old? Yeah, got the old app. So I'm gonna check if I can actually find them. Imperial Knight, Death Guard. Okay. Poxwalkers. Never mind. Doesn't show. Codex Death Guard. There it is. So I had to go back in 9th edition to see exactly what was with the sprues. And Poxwalkers. If this unit can, no, doesn't really matter. Doesn't say. So I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. So it would depend. I would need to find back the combat patrol that they were offering for 9th edition to know exactly what that Space Marine is from. So it's either just a Death Guard or it's maybe a character, but I only have like half of it. I got a backpack, I got one shoulder pad, and that's it. I don't have anything else for him. So I'm not too sure what he is. So I'll just put DG for Death Guard. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Poxwalkers time 10. Perfect. The other ones bite the dust. Oh, cool. I got a Blight Hauler for the Death Guard. Actually got 2 of them. And that's another one. So I got two Blight Haulers for my Death Guard. So Blight Haulers type 2. And those are my Plague Marines. Huh. So logically, there's 1 here, 2. There's 2 there. Something's missing. So I got 1. Okay. So I got 1 here, 2, 1, 2. Is he complete in the front? No, he's not. So I got 2 there. I got another 2 there. I believe there's the next one. So like 6. That should be 7. And that should be 8. Okay. So we got 8 Death Guard with this one. Not sure in the current not sure in 10th edition if the Plague Marines, it's either 5 up to 9, but you got 1 champion. Okay, and I got 8 of them. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so Blade Guards, I'll put that with them. Are those... those are different. Okay, so we'll finish with those. So Death Guard, Plague Marines, we got 8. Time 8. No base again. I have so much problem just keeping track of my my bases. I am not sure what this is. Terminators? I'll need to check again. Let's see. They're not Plague Marines, that's for sure. I don't believe they're Death Shroud Terminators. They could be Terminators, though. No, I don't believe they are. This one's going to be a tricky one to find, actually. I am not sure if they are Death Shrouds. Let's see. No. Not Plague Marines. They have to be Death Shrouds. Oh, maybe some Blight Lords. I'm gonna show you. So maybe some Death Shroud Terminators. I'll enter them. Well, I'll log them as Terminators for the Death Guard. Pretty sure they're Death Shrouds. That's the only thing that I can think of that it could be. So they have to be Death Shrouds. Blight Lord. So Blight Lords. Terminators. Again, no base. It's yep, that's a problem. So what's next? Oh wow, that's the old Chaos Space Marines on bikes. I didn't see them for a really long time. Don't even think you can play them anymore. So what do we have? We have the base. We have 3 base. And they came with the tires on the side. So basically the tires are just set of sprues. Another, since there are 3 of them, there you go. So that's what it looks like to have Chaos Space Marines on bikes. Just a bunch of small sprues for the tires. And here are the bikes. Look at that. Look how bare it is. The old sprues are all like that. The newer sprues are really filled to the brim. But when you get those really old, well, OP models, you really see. So 1999. So they are officially like 27 years old and still on sprues. So that's actually pretty funny. But I'm missing a base of what I can see. Here that we fell to the side. So Chaos Space Marine. Those are the old bikes. Maybe I should sell those bikes. I don't see when I'm gonna play them. Times 3. Really old. Like, I don't even recall when was the last time I used like any old bikes. Just like my old, I still got my Space Marines on bike, and I believe I got some scouts in the back, like the scouts on bikes and stuff like that. It's all gone. It's all stuff they remove over the years, and then you're kind of stuck with it because nobody really wants to buy that. Maybe I could find maybe a guy that still plays an older version that would want them on spruce, but the fact I don't have the box, I don't know how I could like sell those. It's gonna be a tricky one. What do we have here? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. That's basically an engine sear that I use to kit bash my Skavens. So that's just another one that lands into the kit bash version. Adeptus Mechanicus AM and engine sear, but incomplete. There we go. Astrid and Agatha. Astrid and Agatha are the Battle Sisters. Yeah. I don't think it happened once that I wanted to build it. I have them, but I'm not sure why I have them. They're really like, they kind of look cool, but I don't believe they were that great on the board. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad thing to have, but they're really older versions. Now, with 11th edition coming up, there's a lot of model that's going to land into the out of production, or they'll get, how do you call that? In the legendary or legend, they'll land into legend. So Battle Sisters, and it's Agatha and Astrid plus base. There we go. We're nearly done. Oh. Okay, I got Skittery Vanguard. They look complete. I believe they are complete. Yep. So I got 10 Skittery Vanguard. Just gonna put them somewhere where I don't lose them. So Skittery Vanguard, AM, Skittery, time plus base, time 10. There it is. Suppressors. Oh boy, look at that. That's so for a little while what I was doing, I was cutting them off the sprues and just putting them in small baggies because it was easier than just having a large set of sprues taking so much space, right? So this is pretty much the same thing as just this little baggies. But after that, it kind of looked like, sorry of the term, but looks like shit. So yeah, 3 suppressors with base. So Space Marine, I believe, yeah, Primaris, of course, Primaris. Primaris suppressors. Time 3. Oh boy, those are not identified. What are those? I got 5 base. I think they're just really the basic Chaos Space Marines. Just again, in those times you could buy like the Start Collecting box, and They were really cheap, easy to resell. The value was really low online. That was like pre-COVID, end of COVID when they stopped making them. So by the end of COVID, they started selling really, really quick and at a high cost. But they were so easy to get at the time. So, Chaos Space Marine. Well, basically Chaos Space Marine. That's the name too. Space Marine, and it's time 5. Okay, I got a bunch of obliterators. So now the obliterators, I believe, oops, dropped my phone. It's 3 obliterators, but the thing is, 4 of them. Problem, I think the obliterators now are squads of 4. Am I going insane? Let's see. Chaos Space Marine obliterators. Let's see what we find. Data sheet. Come on. Obliterators. Let's see. Unit composition. Groups of 2. Okay. Okay. For a reason I thought maybe I was confusing them with the possessed. Okay, I got 2 group of 2. So Chaos Space Marine, obliterator, and plus base time 4. So I got 2 squads. It's not bad, but if you don't use it for the basic Chaos Space Marine, I don't believe you can use them for the Emperor's Children or anything else. Like, you can't use them for the World Eaters. You can't use them for most stuff, I believe. Are they on the list? Nope, I don't believe so. So I'm really stuck with them into the basic Chaos Space Marine. So under Abaddon. I got Abaddon, so it's not that bad. But it's fun to have them, maybe like to attach them to another unit or something. Okay, here we got a Master of Possession. Again, that was another model that we got in the collector box. And you can get these for so cheap at the time. And I remember, I think I paid like $5 for this. So that was a Master of Possession. And you can see it's the one with the helmet, with the horns on top of it. It's a good looking model, but now with the refresh they're doing, I'm pretty sure that dude is going to disappear. Either land into Legend or they'll make something better looking with the next expansions. So I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, I don't know if I need to sell them before 11th edition gets released and they land into Legend, and then I'm kind of stuck with a model that nobody wants because nobody is going to play 10th edition. Because 11th edition is basically really an upgrade from 10. Everything that we were thinking about, like, everything's going to change. So you see, even the detachment and all of that, you'll be able to combine them and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure everybody's going to jump on 11 and not turn around and look at 10. Maybe we'll get some people still playing 8 or 9 edition once in a while. But I believe a lot of people, if they play older version, they'll either play like the 2nd, the 4th, or the 6th, and they won't look back at 8. So, yeah. So Master of Possession. Master of Possession. Plus base. There we go. Okay, so here we have, I believe that's an impulsor. I'll need to open it to make sure that's what it is. Where's the sorry. That'd be nice to find a repulsor, but I'd be really surprised that I have a repulsor hiding in there. Pretty sure that's an impulsor. Yeah, it's just a basic impulsor. So I got a lot of those leftovers from the early combat patrols and start collecting kits. I was really gathering a lot of models in those years. Because they were so cheap. Everything could be got so cheap. So impulsor. I don't even know impulsor. There you go. Plus base. Like, I'm not even sure if people still buy impulsors. Because pretty much all the combat patrols are the start collecting, the board. Now, maybe not the boarding action, but pretty much all the box always come with an impulsor. It's like for a period of time, everything came with a Rhino. Now everything was coming with an impulsor. So, yeah, it's a weird one. So maybe if I do a custom Space Marine chapter, maybe I could use it, but it's not really great. That's the Field Ordnance Battery. Oh yeah, you can see the guns. I really love the batteries though. So that's 2 Field Ordnance. So that's gonna fall with the Militarum. Militarum Field Ordnance times 2. There's no base that I can see. So it's either the base or all in one of the other crates that are in the back right there. I don't see them, but there's a crate right there. So yeah, that's going to be something else. What do we have here? This is Gaskell. Yeah, the good old Gaskell model. One of the best orcs. Do I have? I just have. Oh yeah, I got him. I wasn't sure if the little guy was with him. I guess he is. I think it's just used as a token, but at least I got the full Gaskell. So orc, Gaskell, Treka. I'm actually pretty happy to find him. I got a Stumpa hidden somewhere in one of my boxes. So, then I got a box of start collecting orcs. So, you get the... you don't get the Killican. I don't believe you get them with it. I know I got some Killicans, but yeah, I'll need to double check the whole thing. Here, Alaris Terminators. So again, Custodes. And no, that's not. That's not what that is it? Wait. It's Custodes, that's for sure. Are those the Terminators? I got 3 helmets. Yeah, I believe it is. Okay. So basically, they're just the. I got one body here. Got one body there and one body there. Okay. Yeah, I got them all. So it's just Custodes Terminators, basically. They always come in kits of 3. So that's what it is. Just I see I got more bases inside of it. So I see I got 3 normal base and 3 smaller base. So I don't know what the smaller base are for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe there's 5 small base. So I'll need to check for my Warden. If I had base, that would explain where my base went for the other Custodes. So I'll just write it down right now. Custodes, Alaris, Terminators, times 3, plus base, Custodes, the battle. I'm not sure I got 5 extra base for them. And I don't know why, because I had the base for the other custodians. So that's a problem for later me. Yeah, got 3 base. And here we have. Oh, I think I know what that is. So those are the bikes for the Custodes, the Praetors. Not sure how you pronounce that, but pretty sure that's what it is. And you can actually see the spear in the middle for the bikes, for the Custodes. So we got another 3 of them right here. Those must be the base for them. So we'll just put that here. So another Custodes, Praetor times 3 plus base. Perfect. That's good because I was starting to run out of base there. What's this? That's the Incursor Squad. That's so weird. Does the Incursor comes with? Yeah, there's like a it's weird. I'm gonna show you. So on the Incursor Squad, as you can see, you got the sniper rifle for the Incursor. But if you look right there, that big gun, I'm pretty sure those are either from the suppressors. So I'm not sure if it's just a mix of both of them together, because the Incursor, I believe, were supposed to be 3 of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the problem right now. Huh. What do we have here? Okay, those are Battle Sisters. Battle Sisters. I'm not sure. I'll need to keep that one to the side because I'm pretty sure there is 3 Incursor. And maybe 3 more suppressor. So I already had. Okay, where's my pen? So we'll just add the Space Marine for the incursor times 5 plus the base, and it seems that we have an extra 3 suppressors. I'll just write it up there because I need to double check to make sure, plus the base for Space Marines. That could be something. Those are the Paragon war suits. So if you look in the Battle Sisters, Adeptus Sororitas, you got those war suits with the long legs where there's a Battle Sister like sitting in the middle of it. It looks like a bit of the Nemesis for the Grey Knight, but way smaller. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's one of them. 2 and 3. So yeah. Then I'm going to move that. I'm going to put it in the back. I'm going to put this here. So we'll just add Battle Sisters, BS, and Paragon Warsuit times 3 plus base. There we go. What do we have? Okay. So, okay, that's cool. Those are the Ventrix Guard for Calgar. That's basically the 2 Space Marine that stand side by side with Calgar, but that's the older version. I believe they re-released Calgar like a few months ago. So that's more like 9th edition Calgar or 8th edition Calgar there. So this is Escort. The question is, where is Calgar? Is this Calgar? Yeah, I believe this is Calgar. You can actually see the long cape of Calgar right there. And you see those strip of ammo. That's what feeds his gauntlets. And that's a double eagle on his backpack. So, yeah, that's Calgar and his 2 guards. So we'll add Calgar and his guard. Space Marine, Calgar, plus Ventrix, guard, plus base. There we go. Another one's Bite the Dust. Those things here. That looks like, I believe that's the ATV. So if you look, that's the frame of the ATV. You got the Melta right there that you can put on top of it. And those are the 2 sides of the ATV. And the tires, so the tires are right there. So compared to the old, if you look, so those are the tires for the old Chaos Space Marine bikes. If you look at them, they're just one side. You had to glue them together. So that was a bothersome way to do them. But with the newer version, well, for the ATV, the tires are just full piece. You don't need to glue them together. So that's one thing that I kind of like over the years, it's how they actually made a few parts a bit easier to work with. So yeah. So ATV. Just put it aside. Space Marine. ATV. There we go. That's one Cataphrone. 2. So yeah, those are just the Cataphrone for the Adeptus Mechanicus. So I already had 3 of them, so that's another 3. So now I got 6. So I can actually do the Breacher and the other that I don't recall. What's the name again for the? You got Cataphrone, Breacher, and Cataphrone. What's the other name? Destroyers. So basically I'll be able to do 3 Breachers and 3 Destroyers. It's not bad. I would prefer 6 of each, but hey, we got 3 of each. I'm not gonna complain about that. So that's the Scaries. No, Scary. It's not on this page. I know I have 3 others somewhere. Where are they? Scary Marshal. Tech Priest. Agents here. Where are they? Nope. Nope. I believe I'm blind. Where are the Cataphrone? I know I saw them. Oh, right there. So we'll just remove the 3 and put a 6 instead. Nearly done with this one. Oh, that's great. 3 layers, 3 suppressors. Yeah. So basically earlier I found 2 suppressors on another type of sprues, and I wonder where they came from. So basically they're coming from this. So when you bought the, is it the Start Collecting? I think it was before the Combat Patrols. So when you got to Start Collecting like this one, you got your suppressors, but at the same time you got your suppressors, you actually got your, do I have a proper, yeah, you can see the sniper for the eliminators right there. So you got the suppressors and the eliminators together on the same sprue. So it's a bit weird, but just the way it was at the time. So you have to be careful, because somebody could say, oh, I'm gonna sell you. Well, you have to be careful. Let's say somebody wanted to buy your suppressors and you're not careful, you could actually sell the sprue to that person and sell with them a few other parts from other models, which could be really problematic down the line. So yeah, nowadays I believe they really, most kit comes really divided, I think. I could be wrong there, but so suppressors and eliminators. Suppressors, primaries. Well, yeah, primaries. Of course they are. Straight and Space Marine, Eliminator, time 3. There we go. And base. There. Just switch back at this. Perfect. So these box are the box that was from the what was the name? I think it was the magazine that you paid per month, Imperium. So you could pay for premium and get extra kits that came with it. So this one was for the Tyranids, and you get 8 Genestealers, 1 Broodlord, and 6 Termagants. So it's not enough to make an army, but it's enough to bolster something. So it wasn't that bad. So I'll just add it as such. I don't believe I'm gonna look at them. I never opened them before, so pretty sure they're complete. So I'll just add the information. So Tyranids. So we got a Broodlord. We got Genestealers. Times 8. And what was it? Termagant times 6. Times 6 plus base. There we go. I'm going to push that to the side. This one, kit number 3, was for the Tau. You had 10 Fire Warriors and 1 Fireblade. So, again, when you registered to the magazine, you got those extra box that it would send you as it goes. And there it is. So, yeah, it's just a little extra that they gave to people that subscribed. It was actually a pretty decent deal. If you subscribe to that magazine, you would save about 40% of the actual price on all the models, and you would get about 2,000 points of Space Marine, 2,000 points of Necrons, and I would say easily like a $200 of sceneries like piping and other things from the Indomitus Crusade era. So it was like a manufactorum. So that was pretty neat. For the time, it was actually pretty neat. Tau Fire Warriors. Fire Warriors. Time 10 plus base. And we have the Fireblade. There they are. And then for the last one, finally, we're done with all of this. I'll put it back at the bottom. So that's the last one of the box. It's the Orcs. And this one was a bit different than the others. It actually came with paint pots. So I'll remove that from there before I do a mess. And I'll put it back with the stock of paint. And this one, what are we on? So in that one, we had 10 Orc Boys, 10 Gretchen, and 1 Big Mech. Shock Attack. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. I didn't remember you had a Big Mech with it. So that's actually pretty neat to have for the collection. For the Gretchen, you get so many of them over the years. So that's one thing that bothers me with the 11th edition. There's rumor you're going to get like 20 Gretchen. Well, if that's the case, if we count those Gretchen and the other box of Gretchen that I have on my shelf, plus the other 10 Gretchen that's already built, if I buy 11th edition, I'll have like 50 Gretchen. And it's yeah, I'll never build all of those. So if they don't redo the model for the Gretchen, I'm not sure I'll be able to get rid of them. And there we go. So this is one box done. So one crate was pretty much 2 pages of models. So now I have to fill it back up completely. We have to put the whole thing back. So let's see how I'm gonna start this whole thing back together. So okay, I'm gonna put that there. Those I can stack them upright. It's really cool though. Finding those old Chaos bikes in my stock was actually a really neat find. I think I'm gonna keep them to the side. I need to figure what I'm gonna do with them, because like I say, I don't know if I should sell them. I don't know if there's any interest into those. It's a bit of a problem when I think about it, because I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do with them. There, we'll try to fit that one right there. We'll try to fit these at the back. There we go. That's the impulsor. Those are just a bunch of Skitaris. I'm gonna pile them like so. There we go. Just back like this with them. Those are the cataphones. There we go. There. Let's just try to slide them. So if you ever wonder why I usually wrap them or keep them in plastic, it's because it's easier to slide them side by side when it's like that. It makes your life way easier down the line. Those I can pile them right there. Those are the bikes. Those are just the random master of possession. Another one that takes the most place, so I'm gonna put those first. Like so. Then I can put that on top. I believe they can fit right there for the Death Guard. So let's fill up the top with the singles. Sorry for the noise, but it's a lot of plastic to put back inside of there. So many of them. I just want to make sure if there's messages, I see them. That was the ATV. I'll just put it over like so. Those are the small ones. Those were the Kid Bash. Obliterators. 4 Obliterators. There we go. That was a Canoness. Blade Guard Ravens. Try to slide them right there. There we go. So, Blade Guard Vets are there. Skittery Marshall, I just threw them right there. Servo turret. Actually, I'll put it over the top. Those were the Dreadnought. Slide them together. Crisis Battle Suit. Can fit right there. There it is. I'll put that in the end. Oh, well, I could slide it right there. So I'll just slide the Rhino with the Lemon Rust right there. So that's the Rhino. Those are the... yeah, let's put the Plague Marine. over the top. Chaos Space Marines. There we go. Creators and Sisters of Silence. I'll try to stack them upward. Like so. What were there? Stuff from the Horus Heresy. The problem with my stuff of Horus Heresy, I don't have a lot of them. And they're just randomly inside of those boxes. So right now, this is mainly Space Marine. All my custodies are there. I got a few Taus, few Death Guard, a few Adeptus Mechanicus. I just hope I would have enough space to put down. It's because I got a bunch of War Dog for the Chaos Knights right there. Try to slip them. There, see? Fits properly. Perfect. I'll put those right here. And I'll put that's Traka. That was the paper for the apothecary, but whatever. Okay, and on top of all of that, I'll put the old Chaos Space Marine bags, which I still don't know what I'm gonna do with. I have no clue whatsoever. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Not sure how much they're worth. I'll need to check on eBay after this. Oh. Perfect. I got those that I could put inside of it. I think I'm gonna add them. Still got some spot. So what I'll do, I got some Kriegs. Yeah. So I got some Death Riders right there. So I could put them maybe over the top. So I got 5 Death Riders. Okay, those are my Death Riders. Okay. So I got 5 Death Riders right there. We're gonna add them. So Militarum, Krieg, Death Riders. Like, they're not rough riders, but at least if you got the Kriegs, Death Riders, you can actually proxy them for the rough riders. And here, this is Lord Marshal Dreer. So basically, a buddy of mine bought the box set for the Kriegs, and he bought, I believe, 2 boxes, and he gave me 1 set of 5 and the Marshal. So yeah, that was actually a really, really neat find. So I was really happy. So the Marshal is basically, if you look, it's the Krieg that stands on the horseback. It's a really beautiful centerpiece for the Militarum. So I just hope for the release of Armageddon, they actually release the Steel Legion again. Like, I sold all my Steel Legion over the years, like way back. And I really, really regret doing that over time. And still to this day, they never release any like sprues to make them back, and they did do like 2 years ago a pre-order, and they were asking like $400, I believe, for like maybe 20-30 soldiers. It wasn't worth it. Like, I tried to get my stuff at a decent price. And that's the Kree Marshal. There we go. Plus base. There. So, whoever is listening, do you want to know what's inside this box? Because it's basically those 2 pages. That's what's inside of this. There's so much of it. And that's just 1 crate. I got 2 more crates to do. I don't know if I'm going to do them tonight. I may need a break before I keep going. Still got a few pages before I land on the other stuff. Yeah. So at least now I know what's inside this crate. We got a full inventory done for this one, so we'll be able to close this one and put it back to the side. Are you guys actually able to speak in chat? Because I saw a lot of people coming in, but there's no message that I see from here. So I'm not sure if the chat is bugged. So, hi, if you're there, just say hi, so I know the chat is working. If it's not, I'm really sorry about that. If you were asking questions, I didn't see it at all. So this one, we're going to close it. And what we'll do, I got the old Space Hulk box from 1996 that I'll just slide over it with it. So that's going to be something. I don't know if you guys want to see the inside of the second edition Space Hulk. And do I have my box of Space Hulk? Yeah, I got another box of Space Hulk right here. Got the third edition, I believe, right to the side. I could show you actually. If you guys want to see, I can do a small. So right there, that was a third edition. I had a fourth edition. It's basically the same. So I sold back the fourth edition. I kept my third edition, and of course, I kept my second edition Space Hulk. I couldn't get rid of that one. I don't want to repay. I don't know how much the second edition is worth now, but I don't want to sell it and try to find it once again. It's a really old box with all the old Terminators from the 90s, which could actually turn and you could actually move their arms. Yeah, this one is really nostalgia. I do pop it once in a while. That's why the box is all broken. Still use it. It was a really, really fun game. So I'm gonna push that back in place. So there we are. We got a lot more stuff to check. I got a D&D. That's just an adventure box. Not worth it. Don't waste your money. Just try a starter kit. Don't try this. The Adventure Begin from Dungeons and Dragons was really, really underwhelming. Just a box to throw. There's a company that I saw online. As you see, it's Baihu. It's just a random company. Either it's made in China and whatnot, but they have a really beautiful template for explosion, or if you're playing D&D, for any damage and stuff like that. That was actually pretty neat. And they had that nice little box where you get all the status for your characters. So basically, Hunter's Mark, Frightened, grapple. And what they are a small disc that you just throw around your character. So it's easy to keep track. And the box is really, really nicely stacked. So that was something really fun. If you're somebody that plays D&D or any like TTRPG, this one was a really nice box to get. And I think it was like $20 at the time. Now with the inflation, I have no clue how much this is worth. But yeah. Boy, oh boy. How do we proceed for the next one? I could empty the bottom, I guess. If you guys want to follow me. I'm not sure how far I'll go, but we can actually check. Wasn't planning on doing a second box tonight because it took 2 hours just for one box. So we'll check what's over this one, what's on top of it. We'll open it. We'll see what's inside of it and hope the best. So, yeah, poker chips. If you play poker, I got some chips. That was a board game that they released for Space Marine 2. So basically, the only thing it was, you had the map, you had some tokens, a few Termagants, and basically that's how you would get Titus, Lieutenant Titus. Later on, like months later, they decided to sell the model, but the model wasn't selling too well. And they remade the model for 500 Royal for the end of 10th edition, and to get rid of the extra Lieutenant Titus model that they had, they released this book where you get for free the model. So now I got 2 models for Captain Titus because by buying the book, I didn't know you get the model with it. So now I got 2 of them. So I got a problem sometimes of buying something and I get duplicates that I have no clue what to do with them. So yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. Maybe not there. Let's put it right here. So that, what do we have here? That is just a airbrush. I don't know why it's with the models, but yeah, I guess I got a spare airbrush. I'm still not sure if people see. I'm not sure if people can actually talk in the chat because nobody spoke in the chat at all night. So I'm not sure if it's just people are quiet or if it's because the chat is not working. I am not sure. So anyways, here we have a Slaughter Brood. I don't recall what the Slaughter Brood is. Oh, it's the Vortex. Yeah, the Vortex Beast if you play 1000 Sun. So you can either do the AOS Age of Sigmar Slaughter Brood, or you could do the Vortex Beast for the 1000 Suns, which is actually pretty neat. But I'm not sure it was worth its cost, but it's always fun to have. This was nice. So yeah, we start collecting. For me, they were among the best box for the cost at the time, because this one you get a Pain Boy, you had 5 Orc Knobs, I believe, you have like 10 Orc Boys, and you had the Death Dread, the big robot in the back. That was one of the greatest box for the orcs anyways when you want to bolster your team. So That was such a nice box. And I'm glad I still have one, because now you can't really get them. That's the Space Wolf Codex that I'm not using because my Space Wolf are not painted. And what's inside of this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nope, I'm not doing that tonight. It's full to the top. It's gonna take another like 4 hours, and it's already past. It's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning here. So yeah, that's enough for tonight. We did our inventory. We got 2 pages full. Maybe what I can do, I can actually do a review of what we found in the first one. Where's the right there? So yeah, I'll need to do the inventory of this one and this one, either by tomorrow, but it's gonna be another long job. Okay, so in the first crate we have Imperial Knight Canis Rex, which is a character for the Imperial Knights. We had for the Chaos Knights, we had 3 War Dogs. We have the Space Hulk 2nd edition that we just saw, the status elements for D&D, Adventure Begin for D&D. Then we got Redemptor Dreadnought for the Space Marine, the Servo Turret for the Space Marine, the Chaplain Primaris, the one that came from the Indomitus Crusade. We got 3 Eliminators, 5 Intercessors. We had an Imperial Agent that was a Navigator from the Blackstone Fortress box, Espen Locarno. For the Space Marine, we got the Blade Guard Ancient, basically the Primaris that holds the banner. We had an Engine Seer, the Inquisitor Draxus. We had the Tech Priest Dominus. For the Necron, I believe I only had one thing for the Necron, but that was the Chronomancer. We had some Skavens. I don't know why they were in that box. We had 20 Clan Rats. We had 10 Guardsmen, and I believe those were the old Guardsmen before the refresh they did for 10th edition. We had the Primaris Captain for the Indomitus Crusade. We had the Primaris Blade Guard Veterans that we found out they got 2 of them and half of the 3rd one. So for a reason, I don't know why, the sprues were mixed together. So if you sold the sprue to somebody else, maybe on that sprues, let's say you're selling Intercessors, maybe that sprues had a few parts from the Blade Guards inside of it. It was a bit of a mess in that time period, to be honest. I hate when you do that. I know it's save cost, but you have to be really careful if you sell your sprues to make sure that only your models are on the sprue itself. We got the Skittery Marshal. We got 2 sets of planes for Imperialists. It was a Valkyrie Carrier and the Tiger Shark. For a reason or another, I got 2 bays for the Tiger Shark, but I just had 1 ship on sprues. So maybe the other one, it's either in one of those boxes. We have Rhino for the Battle Sisters, because we had the sprues for the Battle Sisters with it. We had a Luminous, 3 Crisis Suit pre-10 edition, before they turn into the Sunforge and whatnot. We had a Canoness, a Lieutenant Primaris. That one is from the Indomitus Crusade. It's the cheapest looking one. I don't really like it, but better than nothing. We had an old Commissar that came from the collector box, or start collecting box. We had the Apothecary. We had a few models from the Horus Heresy, a Dreadnought and 2 Praetor. We have 6 Outriders. We found 5 Tempestus Scions, which I didn't know I had. And we had the Cadian Shock Troops for 10 of them. Those were the models that got changed lately. For the custodies, we found 15 Sisters of Silence. So we can do the Witch Seekers, the Vigilators, etc. So that's pretty nice. We got 5 of each. We got the 5 Custodian Guard, 5 Custodian Warden. Then we found the Space Marine. We had the Desolation Squad, which I got them because I believe somebody gave them to me. But I got 5 Desolation Space Marine, which I don't know what I'm going to do with him. We had a Razor Shark, 6 Cataphragms, so we can do the Breacher and I keep forgetting the name of the other type of Cataphract, Destroyers. So we can make maybe 3 Destroyers, 3 Breachers. Would have preferred 6 of one, but we'll see. If I don't find anything else, that's what's going to be. We had 10 Skitaries Ranger. We found 10 Death Guard Poxwalkers. And those Poxwalkers have, for a reason or another, I don't know why, there is a Plague Marine. It's either a Plague Marine or a character, but it's only like half the sprues for it. So I'm kind of stuck with half of a model that I don't know what it is. We got 2 Blight Haulers, 8 Plague Marines. We got 5 Terminator Blight Lords that I think I wasn't able to identify them properly. We found the old 1999, so 27 years old, Chaos Space Marines bikes. So that's actually a pretty neat find. I don't know if I can sell them. Maybe I'll just keep them just for nostalgia, but anyways, that's what we found. Engines here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. For the Battle Sisters, we got the Agatha and the Astrid that I never built. I'm not even sure if I'm going to build them, but anyways. We got another 10 Skitaries, 3 Power Suppressor. We got a Chaos Space Marine. Just the basic Chaos Space Marine that came from the first combat patrol that they released for them. Really the basic Chaos Space Marine. We found 4 Obliterators. Keep butchering the names for that, but it's basically 2 squad of 2. We got a Master of Possession. Pretty sure it came with the Chaos Space Marine from the first box. 1 Impulsor, 2 Field Ordnance for the Militarum. We got Gasco Trekka, which I'm pretty happy to have found. We got the Alaris Terminators. We got 3 of them. For the Custodes, we got a Praetor Custodes too. That's basically the jet bikes. We got for the Space Marine 5 Incursor. Battle Sister, we found 3 Paragon Warsuit. We found Kalgar and his Honor Guard for the Ventrix guards. We found the ATV for the Space Marine. We found another suppressors squad of 3. We found again Space Marine that was Eliminators. Then we got the 3 boxes that came with the subscription to the magazine Imperium, which was Tyrannid for Broadlord, Genestealers, and Termagant. For the Tau, we had the Fire Wars and the Fireblade. And I don't have the Orcs written down. The Orcs were, I need to write that down. We had a big mech for the Orcs. I don't know where my pen went. Damn it. I lost my pen, so I have to write that down. So I remember we had 10 Orc Boy, 1 Big Mech, and 10 Gretchen. And we found 3 pot of paint, inside that box. So glad I removed that from the crate itself. So that's over, I don't know how many models. You can just, that's what was inside the first crate. So yeah. So it's been over 2 hours for one crate. Tomorrow I'll try to do this one. It's another one full to the brim. I can show you how full it is if you want to see, just to give you an idea what's going to come up tomorrow. So let's remove the board game, the Vortex Beast, start collecting for the orcs. So tomorrow we're going to do this one. Yeah, that's pretty much full of sprues from the top to the bottom. It's, I believe there's some sceneries. Oh, that's sweet. Those are the trench that came for the kill team, I believe, if I recall properly. It's actually a really nice scenery. If you can find these, it's really nice to have them. But anyways, so I believe this one will have a mix of sceneries, maybe a few Imperial Knights. I believe this is a Stampa, so we got a Stampa on top of it. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be big models and sceneries pretty much for this one. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And there we go. So I don't know if you want to see the collection before I close the live, but I can show you the shelf quickly if that's something interesting you. There we go. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. We got a crate on that bottom that we just did. Tomorrow we'll do this one. Depending how fast we can do that one, we'll do this one too. And we'll have an inventory of both of those. Then we don't need to do an inventory for the boxes, but we can see we got the Chaos Knight army set. We got 2 boxes of Renegade. What was fun with the Renegades is basically you got 2 Imperial Knight in both, and both of them came with the Thunder Gauntlet. So yeah, that was nice to have. The Super Heavy Detachment was basically a Castellan that came with 2 Elverin, I believe. Then we got the Castellan. Here we got the the Hammerhead, but I'm wondering something. Not sure if there's something behind them. I need to check. Yeah, there's other boxes. So there's other stuff hidden in the back of this. So the first range, we got a few things, but we still got some boxes hidden behind. So if you look right there, we got the Cerastus Knight Lancer just hiding his dark corner of history, waiting to be released from his nightmare. Then we got the same thing. We got the other boxes, like it's all stacked together to the back. So we'll need to do a full inventory of those loose models to be able to really review what we got. But Dominion was a nice box to have. That's a, well, I never built it, and I'm still not sure if I'll do a Shadow Sword or a Stormlord, Leviathan, Dreadfleet. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like the models. And we got those that are built halfly painted. Same thing over the top. Same thing on this direction. And I got like 2 more shelves elsewhere in the house. Got a few sceneries over the top. They're just chilling in their corner. So anyways, with all of this, we are done for the night. I'm tired. So for those that watch, thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys around.